closed off to the public, and its premise, its main focus is real world motorsports. So, of course, like we took a lot of inspiration for what was happening in Europe, and I'm like, wow, okay, there's nothing here in the States. How are we going to make this happen? And then I also said, well, I don't want to just carbon copy, because I very easily could have said, all right, US Sim Racing Expo, let's follow the format. We'll
ADAC version or whatever.
Yeah. So I said, no, how can we make it bigger? How can we do things a little bit differently?
Bigger.
I said, well,
I love it. That's the key word right here. Let's make it bigger. That's right.
So, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Chicane Podcast, where we discuss all things in the sim racing world. I'm your host, Jason Rivera, and I'm joined here by Mr. Eric Kelly, Jeff Smart, and a very, very, very special guest today, Mr. Jorge Anzaldo, the founder of the Sim Gaming Expo and also the owner of Immersive Entertainment Incorporated. How's everybody doing today?
Awesome. Doing great.
Doing good.
There you go.
Good.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
these are my favorite show when we have guests on. We just get to hear their story in the sim racing world, or in just life in general, how they got to here. So, dude, I'm ready to get into this one today.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, thanks for coming.
The pleasure is all ours, George. Thank you so much for allowing the time. Of course, you're in a different. We're on different time zones, so I really appreciate it. The honor is all ours, and inviting the Chicane Podcast to the first ever Sim Gaming Expo in the United States. Sim Expo, period. Sim Expo, period.
It's got a nice little jingle to it. First,
history,
Sim
baby.
Racing Game Expo.
And you see, George, he's inside the expo. He's got the background there.
He's living in the expo. He's waiting.
I'm waiting for you guys.
There you go.
Let's go, man.
All right. So before we get started, just a few announcements. Well, as you can see, well, you probably can't see, but I'm really tired right now. I opened
Why
up
are you tired, Jason?
I opened up the merch store that everybody's been asking about. So go ahead and check links in the description.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
If we're going to go to the expo, we're going to go legitimate over there. That's what I said. We can't.
Gotta represent, baby.
That's it. Straight no chaser.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's about it. That's about it for me announcements. We have a merch store. Come if you want to support the show.
Looks dope, dude. You put a lot of work
appreciate
into it. I'm sure it looks really nice. Great work.
Yeah, it looks awesome, man.
Thank you so much. So anybody else? Eric, I think you got something for announcements today.
For me, for announcements, they're pretty light. I mean, I got another win in iRacing, which is
no big deal.
Yeah. And, those are just just regular news now. I got the first one out the way. Trying to knock out more of them.
Calling you Max Verstappen here soon.
Hey, I'll take it, man. I've been called worse. I'll say that. But yeah, man, just been racing, fooling with the rig, enjoying myself, and just the more hype that builds. We got new sim stuff happening. It's just great to be in the sim racing community, man. Right now, it's an awesome time.
Agreed. What car and track? What car and track did you?
What?
so BMW. Yeah. So BMW M2.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This sounds real familiar. A lot of questions, but BMW M2, and it was Winston. I think it was the Grand Prix layout. It's the big layout, not the small one. I don't know I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's the one that
track is
will be racing.
Bro. Winton.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Look, that's the first track I've had to go to YouTube and actually like get some pointers on how to get some tips, because when you're just racing it, it's especially in the BMW, man. In any little wrong turn, because there's a lot of tight turns in it. And so that BMW, it likes to kick out and slide. But the thing is, you have to slide it some to get around the track good, so you don't bog down. It's just a really technical.
It's a dance, bro. Remember?
Yeah.
It's a dance with her. You steer with the rear.
Yeah, I felt that. And there's one turn where you're pretty much like just in a slide just around the turn.
Oh, I know.
To stay. Yeah.
And turn 7 maybe.
Yeah.
Which is a nasty one, especially when the tires start to go. But hell yeah, congratulations on the win. That's another win for Mr. Kelly.
Yes, sir.
pumping them out. What about you, Jeff? Anything you got for
dude?
for us,
I
man?
can't believe. I feel like yesterday we were just here recording the last episode. Like
Bro,
that a
That's
week
what it
went
feels
by.
like.
You're like, where did the week go? It was supposed to be 7 days between then, and I don't. It felt like maybe 3. I got maybe 1 or 2 races in. I don't. Like I said, life just crushed me this past week, and I'm slowly recovering. So not a lot to talk about.
that's okay.
Just
We have those weeks
Yeah.
sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes life gets in the way. And for our guest, I mean, I guess we can include you on this, man. How was your week, George? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks. Just busy, guys. Unfortunately, I've it just is what it is. I'm doing all the work, putting this thing together, and so my racing has, taken a little bit of a back seat for the time being, which is
no pun intended.
It's tough. Yeah. But I mean, I think you put it best there. Life's crushing me a little bit, but it's good work. You know what I mean? And we're on a mission. And
yes, right. When you want something, you want it bad enough, you'll find ways to get it.
I'm focused and locked in. I mean, this is something,
my man,
guys, that has been dreamt up and conjured up way before COVID. Like things just snowballed into eventually what it is now. And I'm just glad to be in this position. It's just now what we need is the help of the community just to really push this thing over the finish line. And I mean, can you imagine, like, this is the first year, like what we do here, the groundwork, the foundation that we lay now is setting ourselves up here in North America for the next 10 years.
Yes.
So it's
100%. It needs to happen. Yes.
Yeah. I'm kind of calling it, it sounds a little cheesy, but it's like a pilgrimage for all sim enthusiasts, and especially for sim racers. Like you just got to get here. You got to get here.
Yeah, man.
We got to show these brands that, and it is North American market is huge, but we have to prove it to them by showing our numbers.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we can prove it to them with the pay statements. Pretty sure we can. And the shipping from overseas. We can.
There was a lot of
We
can definitely put that through, man.
So many great brands, though, and we're
we're
starting to put them on the board, and we're looking forward to seeing their booths and what they bring to the table, and we still have 4.5 months, so there's been some conversation.
That's an eternity, George. Excuse me. That's an eternity.
I hope so, man, because the thought feels like it's flying by every day, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
You got a decent amount of brands coming through already. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We got some
you got
big
heavy hitters
names
already.
out there. Yeah.
I think ultimately, like, we have a good enough amount to say, like, hey, we can have a pretty awesome first year show, but that extra time, if we can just keep adding a few more, like, I think we can surpass the expectations. And that's the one thing that kind of worries me, is that I feel that the bar is set like super high, and I just want to be able to give the people what they want.
Yes.
And that's kind of where I'm like kind of reaching back out to the community. It's like, guys, we can do this, but we need a little bit of help. And that's the thing. Like, I've been an iRacing member since 2013.
iRacer?
Yeah.
We got a real sim racer here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, longtime motorsports fan. Like I said, I was into gaming I'm dating myself. What the hell? Why not? I'll be turning 50 days before the event. So, I mean, from like Pong all the way through, DOS, computers, PC. I mean, I played the old Sims from Papyrus and all the way through. And then, like I said, I found iRacing in 2013. And just never looked back. So this event definitely is the way I like to consider it. It is a community-driven event, one that is for fans by fans. And again, like, this is like us, all of us together. Like, what we can accomplish together as a group, I think is amazing, and that's how we're going to get it done. So.
Definitely.
A little bit of passion coming through there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch.
I think you're the right individer for this.
Dude, you couldn't have said it better, Jason.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, he's the right.
Exactly.
The right person is behind the reins.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I caught that bug. I mean, you guys, I'm sure you've been there too, when you first get on iRacing and you're just figuring everything out, but you you're looking at the clock and you're driving home with the family and you're like, well, damn, if I push it, I can get home in 15 minutes. I can jump on the next official race. Like, honey, let's go. We got to go. Get in the car. Let's go. Get the kids. I got to get back.
I'm not saying anything in case my wife listens to this.
I mean, like, that was me for a real long time. And then I channeled that energy and I started my own league. I ran the Lionheart Racing Series for about 10 years. And it was really through that experience that I was able to kind of look at the entire landscape. Man. Oh, thank you, man.
We talk about leagues on the show all the time. So you're just legitimizing that again, reinforcing that. So thank you so much.
Yeah, the league format is amazing. The camaraderie and just, you know what I mean? When you put yourself in that championship format and you start racing with the same people week in, week out, you can learn all their nuances. It's just, it's a beautiful thing. And I love a long drawn out fight, throughout the whole championship season.
I love seeing the track. And when you see the cars and they're following where they're supposed to be following, they're not all over the place. Only on, maybe on turn one, maybe if it's like Monza or something, then it's going to be cars all over the place. But then we kind of pack up and we see the replay and we just look at the racecraft, right?
Oh, yeah.
The racecraft and door to door. It's awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah.
No, it's fantastic. But that experience really, like I said, it allowed me to kind of look at the industry under a lens. And when I looked, I said, wait a minute, there's nothing happening here in the States. With regards to sim racing, like that was all taking place in Germany. And we do see a little bit of that now because the PRI show, I mean, fantastic. They're doing a great thing. They have a section of their show dedicated to sim racing, but that show is closed off to the public. And its premise, its main focus is real world motorsports. So, of course, like we took a lot of inspiration for what was happening in Europe. And I'm like, wow, okay, there's nothing here in the States. How are we going to make this happen? And then I also said, well, I don't want to just carbon copy because I very easily could have said, all right, US Sim Racing Expo, let's follow the format.
ADAC version or whatever.
Yeah.
So I said, no, how can we make it bigger? How can we do things a little bit differently?
Bigger.
Said, well,
I love it. That's the key word right here. Let's make it bigger. That's right.
Yeah, I'm like, we've got flight, we've got trucking, we've got farming, we've got VR, we've got everything. And that's my thing. When looking at it, I said, well, what's the one thing that ties us all together? I said, well, we all love immersion. We all love hardware. We love tech. We love that feeling of being in the driver's seat or the cockpit. There's nothing like it. And I feel like there's so much crossover. You look at the companies, Turtle Beach, Thrustmaster, Moza, Logitech. They are making products for both flight and racing. You've got Corsair and Cooler Master jumping in and making sim racing cockpits. I'm like, as you mentioned, Eric, the time is now, right? We're in like the most amazing time for simulation and of course sim racing because that's been
because we have the hardware, we have the technology for it. And I want you to know this, George, real quick. You mentioned that we're fans of tech. There's a little thing called CES that happens in Vegas. That is the biggest tech show in the world, and it's held here in the United States of America.
That's right.
And if we can pull that off, then we can definitely pull off sim racing 100%. That's for damn sure.
I agree. And that's a very interesting point because I visited CES. I mean, guys, I've done.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
I've been touring.
I know Tech Gent would kill to go to CES.
I've been touring the circuit, man, and I'll tell you, like there were brands that represent sim racing and other forms, but it's like, I mean, yes, they're getting a lot of exposure, but it is, one thing in a whole sea. I mean, the CES is huge.
It's big. It's a lot. Yeah.
So our show gives an opportunity for those companies to take center stage and really to be, have the spotlight put on them. And that's our aim. Like the whole vision of this show is just to prop up and see this entire industry and community grow. That's what we want, man. We want to see people coming out and hanging out and having fun and seeing all the tech and just, again, like celebrating and just seeing this thing continue to grow and blow up. I mean, obviously, you know,
George, I'm telling you, we haven't even started the interview, and we're diving
locked in, man.
Yeah, we're diving in. So let's go ahead and start with the interview. I really appreciate you coming on the show, and I can see the drive already. I think all of us can.
Passion just pouring out here.
I'm telling you,
it's
coming out the
contagious,
screen, man.
though. I'm telling you.
I love it.
So George, for the first question, you're putting on a sim racing expo. I mean, you said that you're well, the question here said that you must be into sim racing. We already answered that. You play iRacing. Tell us about OG for real. Yeah. And you don't look a day of 50, man. You're doing good for yourself.
That's what I was going to say,
bro. Appreciate that, man. I told you.
That threw me off. I was like, 50? Okay, bro.
Not yet,
when you watch it
soon.
Look, when you watch it back, look at my face when he says he's 50. Like the shock on my face. George, I don't know what you're doing, man, but you're not stressed enough, man.
It's the weird lighting. That's what it is. It's hiding all the wrinkles and the gray hairs. Or whatever.
I can't see any of it, man. So good on you, George. Tell us about your background, how you got into sim racing, and what's your current setup?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Just been a long-time gamer from the early days of Pong, man. You know, I played like through all the consoles and through the DOS era and PCs, and you know, I played a lot of the early racing games. Just always been a huge motorsports fan, and so naturally I gravitated to racing games, and then of course into the simulation side of things. As I mentioned, joined iRacing in 2013, and really just never looked back. I absolutely love what it represents, the realism, and the fact that, again, like where else, myself and the rest of us, like am I ever going to drive 230 miles an hour going down the front stretch at Indianapolis? Probably not, you know, but this is where we live out our dreams, you know, and our maybe for, you know, our fantasies, but it's not just a game, you know. It's so real to us, and we take this stuff so seriously. Yes, there is, of course, you can do it, you know, as a hobby, but for most of us, the majority of us, this is truly a passion. So with regards to my setup, I've been running a Sim Experience AccuForce Pro V2 for a long time. I have a custom wheel from Turn Racing. I'm running some Fanatec V3 inverteds.
Old school.
And I'm running a triple monitor setup, Trips 27s.
There you go.
So it's a, you know, it's a modest setup. I mean, I'm definitely due for an upgrade. Admittedly, you know, it is what it is. But I've been
simulator works, right?
Yeah,
and you're fast on track.
Yeah,
that's all that matters, really.
I mean, I'm good average, I guess, but I don't know. You know, like with my league, I had some decent finishes, but those guys are fast. Road courses, you know, I could get my way around a road course after, you know, plenty of practice.
I tell you what, George, some people
races.
have more time than others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
exactly.
You know,
sometimes
George, I was saying that, there's a lot of people that are faster than me, but nobody has more fun than me.
I love that.
There you go.
Okay, that's a great way to put it, Jeff. Well said. Straight no chaser on the Chicane podcast. I love it.
Just love everything about, you know, this community and what it brings. I know personally for me, that was one of the things that was the most rewarding about running my league or just being on iRacing, is just that camaraderie and that shared passion amongst other motorsports fans and racing enthusiasts. There's nothing like it. And that's what we want to capture and what we want to bring to the Sim Gaming Expo in September. We want that just on a bigger scale, and think about the relationships that have been formed and created through just online gaming, but of course, you know, through the sim racing community and other sim genre communities. Like there's people, and guys, I heard it in your last show, like you guys have known each other for 13, 14 years. And like that, the fact that this show,
I've never seen Eric. This is going to,
I love that, man.
I was going to say that, man. That was,
man, y'all trying to make me get emotional on the show, man. I'm telling you.
And
man, it's real, bro. It's real.
That's the thing, you know, like for example, just with the league format, there were guys that didn't know each other and they lived in the same town. And then they joined the league, and then they found out, wait, what? You're from where? What? Oh, damn, you know? And then now they're lifelong friends. They've been friends ever since. And it's just
that's awesome.
There's nothing like it.
Yes. I tell you what, and you can ask Eric Kelly. You know, he's a creator on the tech side, on the right, the tech side, and the difference between our community and that community is 100,000 times. He could tell you, Eric,
look,
please.
That is where my deep appreciation for the sim racing community comes from. So the Facebook group that Mike from the Sim Racing Den is a part of, Jason's a moderator in.
Michael,
being in that group, being in that group. Like when I first joined it, it was at like around 80,000 members, and it blew up to well over 100,000. And they will not tolerate you talking shit about anybody, like being mean to anybody.
Toxic
in tech. If it is so toxic, it's impressive sometimes. The things that people manage to be offended about when you mention their device of choice, iPhone, Samsung, Android.
Oh, that's me. That's Eric and I in a nutshell.
Oh, I mean,
about 14 years.
It's impressive how normal and commonplace that type of interaction is with people you don't even know, right? Just for strangers to just shit talk each other over what device they bought. It was different, or you're not even saying anything negative to them. Wow. You just made a choice different than their choice, and they are just upset.
They judged you based off on your purchase. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of our sport, right? Because you can buy a $350 wheel and pedal set, and you can kick the crap out of other people on track that have $10,000 setups.
Preach it.
Yeah.
Hear it.
Yeah.
But even
exactly
in the community, the thing you would think that the fast guys would be the loudest ones or to be the most obnoxious ones, but they're usually the most willing to help. They're the most humble guys. It's really just like a foundation of just enjoying and appreciating, what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, well, I can't even say this anymore. It used to be at the end of the day, we weren't real race car drivers, but you have real race car drivers. You might be driving next to one on a track now, which is crazy.
But even then, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll
I was
keep
going to say
for days on that.
Things are changing though. Look what's happening. We're going from E to real. Look at Prodigy. There's just so much good stuff happening right now, and But no, I think honestly, our community again, sim racing is considered niche. Which the term kind of bugs me a little bit because okay, fine, call us niche, but we're a big community. And we're so many great people.
Well, I'll tell you what, George. Jeff sent us a picture. Remember that picture, Jeff? About the setups with Mercedes, I think it was. That they created a setup. Oh, no, for Red Bull. Was it Red Bull?
Red Bull took their P Cup champion, the Porsche Cup champion, and put him behind a real car, and he made it like he was comparable lap times in an older F1 car to the dude that was driving it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and they based the setup based off of the setup that was being used in this
dude, and all his coaches that were in the cars as he moved up was coaching him. Dude, shit on this kid all the time because he didn't put in his time and spend all the money and all that other stuff. And
it's a testament to how real this is,
Yeah, a pointing case. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Right. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah. So George, I'm just thinking the Sim Expo's in Chicago. What made you pick Chicago to have it in? I know you mentioned just trying to, establish a foundation for the future for the Sim Expo. Why Chicago?
Yeah, well, probably the biggest reason is because I'm born and raised here. The actual
that makes a lot of sense now.
I mean, logistically, I think it's perfect because, for example, the convention center is about 45 minutes away. It's actually inside a suburb of Chicago. It's Schaumburg, Illinois. It's about 20 minutes west of Chicago O'Hare. But I think again, we've settled on just telling everyone Chicago because if I say Schaumburg, Illinois, a lot of people might be confused. Like, wait, what? So you say Chicago? Like, okay, yeah, I got it, Chicago. Also, I mean, again, its proximity to O'Hare International Airport is a major shipping hub. So companies who are shipping in their goods and booth materials, things of that nature, it's a perfect spot. Also, for international flights. There's
yes, one of the
direct
biggest
flights.
airports. Yes.
Yep. And we know there's a lot of major brands that are from the UK and Europe, and and then also Chicago's centrally located. We're in the Midwest, so it's like I think it allows the most amount of people to travel within a particular radius. Like we've done, like our research and everything, and majority of people said somewhere around like a 500 plus mile radius is the max that they would.
Not for Hawaii,
drive.
man.
Yeah, right. No,
Not
I know. Flying. Yeah, no, flying. They're gonna fly from a distance, but
we're coming from Hawaii, dude. That's a 12-hour stint for us.
No, I'm telling you guys, you guys are awesome, man. It's just I like I said, I can't thank you guys enough. Your guys' support.
I get there at 5 a.m., man. I don't know how
Nice.
I'm gonna pull through. We'll pull through, Jeff.
Hey, don't worry. Hey, I have a
There's
Red
enough
Bull with your
fucking Red
name
Bull
on it.
around,
There
I'm
you
sure,
go,
in
Red
Georgia.
Bull.
Yeah.
Fucking Red Bull.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
you know what? I get it. Those long flights, though, they're a pain. But you know what? I think it's going to be worth it.
I think it's great.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think O'Hare is a great airport. I've flown through there many times, and like you said, we do have the option, even from Hawaii, to get straight flights into O'Hare, which is crazy.
Yep. And
Our
affordable too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our venue also has a hotel attached to it. It's a Marriott International. So it's,
yeah.
That
You can
helped.
ask Jeff about that.
That helped.
Yeah. Yeah, we are
Jeff
familiar.
got that ultra platinum status up in there.
Okay.
I see you, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm a Marriott member. It helps.
So
I appreciate you picking it over Hilton.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's great. And I think I've been in the facility many times. It's very modern. It's
It
very
looks
beautiful.
great.
You
I
guys
saw
will
the
love it.
pictures.
Yeah.
I've been urging everybody to go ahead and secure a room now
Yes.
because
The block is very limited, and I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Because this is a first year event, and any rooms that don't get reserved, they come in after me for them. So we need. So as the promoter, I mean, when you do a room block, you're agreeing that this many rooms.
Oh wow!
So,
I didn't know.
So
wow.
we were very conservative with the numbers that we took. So there was like
That's some
100
weight on your shoulders, man.
100 for
Damn.
Thursday, 100 for Friday, 100 for Saturday, and then the 3 days before, 3 days after, the room rate is still it applies, but those we didn't add extra rooms to the block, and some of those are even actually reserved for sponsorships and things like that. So the rooms will fill up, and once they fill up, we have the option of creating another room block. But again, we wanted to get, those first 300 nights taken care of, and then from there we can reevaluate. But yeah, if you want to stay on site, definitely book early and secure your spot. But I will tell you, the convention center is in the middle of an entertainment district. There's many hotels, restaurants, shopping, nightlife. It's beautiful. So
I know they got a Top Golf there, man.
Yes.
I've
Here's
been
the other
to
thing.
Eyeball.
It's they're actually working on it right now. I don't think it'll be done in time. But they are building an Andretti Karting and Games 90,000 square foot facility.
Oh
it's
God.
basically in the parking lot.
You're
right
singing
next
to Jeff right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's so
on.
close that I'm told they're building a pedestrian walkway from the parking garage structure to the convention center.
That's
again,
awesome.
Bro,
maybe
that's
not
gonna
this
be-
We're
year,
gonna be
but
all over that if that's open.
yeah. So definitely next year for sure. It'll be there, and that's again.
Now, George, you
huge
need to
drop.
tell them September. That's it.
Yeah,
Tell
I
them
know.
put a rush on it.
Let's do this.
September.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna
Status
be a huge
every
drop.
month. Just
You're
send them
gonna
an email.
if you go, you're gonna want to stay at the same place that the place is being held. That's where the majority of people staying. Like one thing is the convention and the expo, right? But when it shuts down for the night, you still want to be around the people that are passionate about the same thing with you are, and go to dinner,
Yeah, you met
whatever
up
it
with
is,
some
and just
people,
meet
right?
up with it and just be able to walk with everybody to the same place and stuff. If not, be like,
Exactly.
oh, I got to shoot back to my hotel, change, shower, and then I'll meet you there. What time? Text me. No, you just, hey, I'll meet you in the lobby in 15 minutes, and boom, you're done. You know, so
We
people
are,
need to stay there.
Yeah, we're trying to put together like an evening social on Saturday night. So
There you go.
we'll see. I'm working with the coordinators there at the venue, and so fingers crossed, guys. But that's kind of what we're trying to cook up here is just a nice evening social. everyone can grab a drink, enjoy.
They got my man working 24 hours, man.
Brother, I'm
telling you,
man.
all kinds of
Hey, I like it though.
That's a lot of moving parts, man. That's what's up, man.
And a small team, but we're moving the needle forward every day, and that's the good thing.
That's it.
But yes, I won't lie to you and say that I haven't sometimes been at my desk for 18 hours, where I wake up at.
I texted you the other day, and I said, George, it's late as hell in Hawaii. Why are you green?
Yeah.
You didn't get some rest, man. Didn't I not tell you? I was like, George, get up, get some rest, dude, for real.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And like, here's the other thing, like, because there's so many companies that are based out of Europe, a lot of times, like, their morning is
that's
starting
right,
at
the
3
time
zones. So it's to the point now where I have a new internal clock. I wake up every night around.
Oh, you're a vampire now. Yeah. This is a regular time for you.
A day walker.
I wake up at 3 a.m. I'm like, oh, is there another email that I have to respond to? Like, so
damn, George.
I'm telling you guys, I took this on, but I willingly took it on because of how much I love this stuff and this community. But yeah, there's days where, I'm dying. And it's like, do I sit here and relax, or do I get my butt up because I got to push out another email, or I'm like, let's go. Like,
you have to drive.
When this thing is over.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you have to drive to do something, you find energy somehow, somewhere. Seriously,
it's too important.
Yes,
it's too important. I think, again, like, the future is in our hands, and I don't know, man. I guess at this point, like, I feel like I have a responsibility to give this my absolute best. And yeah, guys, I mean, I won't say that I don't need help, because I definitely need help. But I'm giving it my all. So I'm just.
We can definitely tell, man.
We can see it. We can hear it.
I could.
Yeah,
feel
man.
it.
We appreciate
I
it.
feel it. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's gonna be fun, man. Like I said,
it's going to be epic. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing.
I hope you get to enjoy it. I'm really nervous that you're going to be stressing the whole time to make sure last second things. And if there's anybody at this thing that deserves to have a good time and soak it in and enjoy it, dude, it's definitely
Jeff.
you.
Yeah. I hope so. And I do feel that there will be some moments where, I can just be me and be the fan for a little bit. But
don't be running around with a clipboard, George. I'm gonna stop you.
All right. Yeah. No, I mean, I'll find some moments to enjoy it. And I mean, it's kind of like my thing where it's like, I'm doing this for me, like what I want to see, like what are the cool things that I want, but that's the other part to it. It's like, it's not just my vision. And that's why, like, connecting with you guys and so many other content creators who, you know what I mean? Like, you guys also, you have your finger on the pulse of this community, and that's what we want. We want that feedback. We want to know, what do the people want? And again, when I have that knowledge, then now I have the ammo to like try to give the people what they want.
Yeah. Deliver. You want to deliver. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. And it's going to be cool, man. I just, like I said, I want it to go by slowly. I know everyone's like super pumped because I want to use like every last minute that I can to just.
Oh, we want it to be September already. We were just talking about that. We were like, why is it in September? We don't want to throw away the summer.
Well,
but
here's
like Jeff said.
Here's the thing. Like, I was trying to do it earlier. It wound up being a blessing in disguise. Like, I went to the venue. I'm like, how about April? And they're like,
ooh,
we're all booked. And then I'm like, give me May. No, just kept going month after month after. I'm like, what do you guys have available? They're like, we have September. I'm like, mark it down, because I'm not going all the way to 2026. Like, this thing, was already, we've been conjuring this stuff up for years now. I'm like, and then of course, like, when COVID hit, things got put on the back burner. If there was any mistake on my part, it was not keeping my foot on the pedal during COVID. But again, at that time, I mean, we didn't know what the world was going to be.
I don't think so, George. I think it was good that you waited, because COVID boosted sim racing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If
you would have had an expo before COVID, or during, or not during, but like just before it, Yeah, we had sim racers out there. It's always been here, but it's never the level of what it is now. You know what I mean? So
well said. Yeah.
And the many
Definitely.
different companies back then, you didn't have that. You had what, Fanatec, maybe. You had Logitech. You didn't have all these companies that just came out of nowhere, like Sim Magic and Moza is a new company. They didn't exist. They weren't making hardware like that during COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
especially at those prices, you got a lot of people that have some nice hardware now that didn't exist back then. So
I think, I think
timing is everything,
there's
right?
a time and place for everything, George. I think you don't kick yourself too much for that one. But Jeff, I think you got the next question, brother. So
George, you kind of alluded to it quickly about some of the other expos that have been out there. Have you been to any of them? And if you care to share what you've learned, what you're trying to prove upon of those, if you could talk to us about how those have influenced what you would like to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the first events that I did travel to was the Flight Sim Expo, which does take place here in the States. Okay. So great show.
I bet I would love to go to that one.
Yeah,
too.
it's a lot of fun. And they're doing a great job. And so we definitely took a little bit of inspiration from there. I think my takeaway from there is that a lot of it was focused on commercial flight. And so then I said, well, let's try to focus on the combat aviation. And see if we can, again, like just mix it up and try to separate ourselves a little bit and do something different. Also traveled to Germany and attended the Sim Racing Expo, and that was an event that I had wanted to go to for a while. And,
that's awesome. The ADAC.
Exactly. Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely. Met with a lot of companies, did some networking there, and learned what the brands what they want, and they did. That was one of the big takeaways. They said that the North American market was a very important revenue stream for them, and again, that just solidified the idea that yes, this needs to happen here. And then I also traveled to Sim Formula Europe in the Netherlands last year, and again, another great show put together by just a great team. Got to meet with them in person. And again, that was the other thing. I think just my being out there, that's what turned the tide in our favor with bringing a lot of the companies that have come over so far.
You put a voice, you put the face to the, definitely.
Yeah.
And they saw you were serious about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were there. Yeah.
And then we did CES and also PRI show. So yeah, a lot of great things. Each show has their own unique qualities, and I think of course, I won't deny and say that we didn't take a little bit of a little sprinkle, a little pinch from each one, and then and just try to, like I said, at the end, we put our own creativity on it, and again did what we could to make it different, and I think we did, because this is the first time where all genres of simulation are being celebrated together under one roof. Admittedly, sim race, we're a little heavy on the sim racing side, which it's not a bad thing.
No complaints.
No.
Yeah,
you're on a sim racing podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like naturally so, because I think that's where I've built up the most level of trust. And when I'm talking to these companies, it's kind of like we're speaking the same language. But for those people who have said, oh, well, it's got so much, but it's like, wait a minute, no. Sim racing is a major and a huge community. And yes, we're so passionate about sim racing, but we're also into other forms of sim. So you bring that community,
100%.
You will get the reach for those other genres. For example, like we are in talks with Giant Software and hoping that they will sign, but Farming Simulator, and we've talked with the guys from
I love
games.
Farm Sim. Yeah. If you got a rig, listen to me carefully, everybody. If you have a rig and it's an 80-20 rig, it can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be a racing machine. You know what I mean?
I'm
you can
pumped.
I drive trucks on this thing. I fly on it. Dude, just the other day, I did an 80s a stream. I didn't tell many people, but it was kind of impromptu, whatever.
Truck stream.
This is a predominantly racing machine, but then I'm driving a truck with some crazy expensive pedals on it. So
and a crazy wheel.
And a crazy wheel, and you can use those same pedals as rudders. I know some people frown upon it, but you can do it. You know what I mean? It's the options are limitless. I just wanted to say that.
I'm excited to test out some of the flight sim stuff. That's something I've always wanted to just
motion rigs.
Check it out in motion.
George, you better make sure that we got motion rigs.
Oh God! Did you guys see Simcraft? Simcraft is going to be there, and they're
Simcraft. Woo!
Let's go.
Let's do it.
They're big.
And you might need to talk to the guy and turn it up, for the adults that are coming.
Sure.
In,
Oh yeah. But
I'm kidding.
With regards to flight, through our partners at Alexander PCs, they're providing us with like 38 gaming PCs for our competition area, for our LAN gaming area. So anyway, they're bringing a company called Invictus and Alert 5 Design. So they're going to have like a full F-16 like replica cockpit with all
that, Jeff.
All the gear.
That's all you, bro.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
sir,
there'll be some flight, and
So that's probably why you named it Sim Gaming Expo.
Yes,
because I had a feeling. I was like, Sim Gaming, huh?
Yeah.
Sim Gaming is all of them. You know what I mean?
Yep. It was. I'm telling you, it was the hardest thing because I'm of the camp. Trust me, I'm of the camp when, like, I'm on, iRacing or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, the game." I'm like, "It's a sim," Like I'm of that camp that like, "No, man, it's a sim." Like, yeah, I get it.
Oh, those are fighting words, George.
It's a game. No, I know, like it's a game, but in my heart, I'm like, I view it as a sim. So like, it was difficult. I'm like, how in the heck do I try to bundle all this stuff together? And I'm like, well, there's games for VR, but we're on the sim. I'm like, but there also is that argument that like, even like, for example, like iRacing, it is a game, at its core, because you're playing it. I'm like,
it is a video game.
Yeah. I'm like,
we don't like to hear that.
I am simulating driving a car using that program.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go Sim Gaming Expo.
You already gained some points on the Chicane podcast just for being an iRacing. That's it.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Mad respect. We just went over the iRacing guide just last episode, which is kind of crazy.
Love the IndyCar. I mean,
Indy! Look at that.
Okay. Oh yeah. Wheeled the Lotus 79 in our retro series, and also did quite a bit of oval racing in the DW12. So those were kind of.
I'm a GT guy, man.
Yeah. Oh no, we our last year. So you guys know the whole situation with motorsport games and iRacing losing the IndyCar license for about a year.
Yes.
Yeah. Think about what it did to my league.
Oh,
couldn't broadcast the IndyCar, man. So we went sports car racing. We did the BMW the hybrid and also the GT3. And so we had our own sports.
So you had
a
multi-class, or you had like a multi-class.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, multi-class,
nice.
And it was pretty sweet, man. We actually got hooked up with the BMW Performance Center. They provided like driving experiences for.
Okay,
for
man.
both of
Hey,
the
listen, we're gonna need links to this league down below.
Man.
I know we're in GRL, but
it's on hold.
Options out there.
Yeah, it's currently on hiatus. You know what? I think if that says anything a little bit more about me, I tried to run it at as high of a level as I possibly could, and it was something that I did have a team of admins, but I had to be at the helm. I couldn't just like let someone else take over, which I could have, but you know what I mean? Like just that I just had to be there. And so like that, like kind of attention to detail. And I don't know if you want to call it like being nitpicky and just kind of holding like the league, myself, everyone driving in it, everything to like a higher standard. I think
pride and ownership.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to bring to the table with this thing. And so I've put that pressure on myself to, like we talked about before, to delivering. And I just hope that, I can come.
George, you will. George, you will. By what we're hearing here, this event is packed. You know what I mean? It's already packed.
Yeah.
And
dude, I thought it was here.
It's
going. I mean,
it's rising. Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. When people listen to this, oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait. So that brings me to the next question, which is kind of related, right, George? So we went over the expo from a gamer side, or from a from a civilian side, right? We're just looking at the website, and then you let us know who's coming. But has there been any updates since, or is there any, like, how many people are attending, who's coming? Do you have an updated list that we could talk to about, in April? I know June could be different. I know July can be massive. Things can change here and there, but as of right now, what are we looking at, George?
Yeah, well, our hope, our goal, our projections is that we would have somewhere, at minimum around 2,500 attendees, and we feel that
2,500.
We're hoping for at least 5,000, over the course of the
Wait a
weekend.
minute. Are you going to sell, what do you call those? The fast passes, the ones that we get in Universal Studios? So we can skip the lines?
Yeah, we're going to need that.
Yeah. I ain't got time to wait in line for the motion.
The numbers are very humble right now.
George, you need to talk to him. Be like, hey, man, when you see these three, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, for sure. Like, hey, these guys right here, let them in.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, I mean, the goal is we want to continue to round out the exhibitor list, and I think when we're somewhere around maybe 25, 30, that's when we're really going to start to kick up the all of the advertising. We've started to do a little bit of paid advertising. The tickets, everything is up and active and live on the website now. You can purchase your tickets. You can book your rooms.
Yes.
Exhibitors, everything is in
Guys,
place.
please use code Chicane10 in all caps. Thanks to yours truly, Mr. Jorge Anzaldo. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So if you want those tickets, and like we said before, we've mentioned it many times, it's the cost of a video game for 3 days of action-packed. We just heard more stuff that we didn't know.
Exactly.
So let me let George finish here.
No, I mean,
Chicane 10.
There you go. Use it often. I mean, we are going to really ramp up the advertising probably within the next couple months, and we know that people traditionally they kind of wait. They wait a little bit to the last
Of course
minute.
they do.
Yeah, we're going to see those numbers increase as we get closer. But with regards to exhibitors, I mean, we've got conversations ongoing. We actually looks like we're close to finishing a deal up with SimLab, who would be providing the cockpits.
SimLab.
Nice.
What do you think is back here? This
right
is
here,
a SimLab rig.
Right here.
Yeah.
Look, we got two of them. SimLab, can you hear us?
So fantastic company, and
Huge
we're obviously super happy to get their support. It's tough because I don't want to say, and then like if that company doesn't follow through, then but we've got some things cooking up for you, and there'll definitely be some more exhibitors before this is done.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's dope, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My heart is pumping, dude.
I'm telling you. Yeah, the more he talks, the more I'm like,
keep it
man.
together, man. I'm trying to keep it together on camera, man. It's like,
it's like, man, it's still just April.
It's only April.
Man.
It's mid-April.
I feel
we're
like
2 seasons away from this, man. I think almost.
I feel like it's the 11th hour, and like it's happening tomorrow. But I
no, George, you need to
call.
Don't be afraid to take a good night's sleep here or there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. Eventually, things catch up
Get
to
some
me.
deep dish pizza, man. That's what we're gonna be eating.
Oh yeah. That's the other thing, man. Chicago, it's
food.
If you're a foodie, we've got tons of restaurants. There's just so much to see, and that's the other thing. You know what? It's kind of like a little bit of the elephant in the room, and I'd love to address it here. And that is, there've been in some circles or whatever when they hear like Chicago, and Chicago traditionally gets like, there's a stigma, but I want to tell you that again, I've lived here for 49 years, and I don't walk out the door like looking behind my shoulder, and I'm not in fear for my life. Like Chicago's it's a great city. Like any big city, yes, every city has certain problems.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic place to come and visit. It's
a different area.
Yeah,
this is
the
and Chicago you're talking about is a way different Chicago.
Yes.
Way if you're talking South Side,
it's a very small area.
You might not
too.
want to go down there, but down in Schaumburg, like it's
and exactly that's
suburbs.
the thing. You don't even have to step if like that's your thing where you're like, if there's something,
you don't have to go there.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I definitely want to address that because I don't want people
And I'll follow it up too, George. O'Hare is home of the United States Navy. All U.S. Navy sailors come through those gates. Yeah. If you think that airport or that area is dangerous, I mean, they wouldn't risk their military force coming through there. I mean, that's just a fact. Sure. And it's an international airport. There's a ton of security. You get in your Uber, you go down to Schaumburg, and you meet up with the Chicane Podcast and George and come and hang out. That's it.
Exactly.
Have yourself a hell of a weekend.
You jump in the Uber and you just throw your luggage in the back, or you make the guy do it, whatever. There you go. And you come on over.
Yeah, and the last thing, that I thought I would mention too is that, like, from the actual, like, the sim racer's perspective, I mean, I know we love to upgrade our equipment. One, this is definitely an opportunity where you can try before you buy, and then the other thing is, like,
try before you. Oh my God!
Yes,
that's a quote that we've used here.
Yeah. And for those people who, they're thinking, well, man, if I don't go there, well, I can save up more for the next set of pedals or whatever. It's like, I respect that position, but also, where are you going to go and see all this stuff and meet up with this is an experience. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about
the unique,
experience,
man.
And it's priceless. So,
and it's the cost of F125.
That's right.
Which is what we have preached here many times. Forget about it. Just come over, meet us, hang out with everybody, meet your favorite creators. It's not just the Chicane Podcast. We got Mike from the Sim Racing Den that's going down there. He's flying from Canada. Yeah, the pedals.
The new wheel can wait.
First of all, $75 is not going to get you anywhere near any set of pedals.
Yeah,
just letting you know right now. That's like the tax.
Might be able to win some because Husingveldt's going to provide us with a few prizes. GSI, a couple wheels. Looks like there might be a set of active pedals from Simucube. So all this will be officially announced, but there's some.
Okay, so we got some behind the scenes now on the show.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
This is a worldwide. This is going to be this right here. This is it.
Yeah.
This is the hook.
Let's go. Yep. That's how you had me at
I have so many to choose from, George. You're making this really hard for me right now.
That's awesome. We haven't even talked about the competition area yet.
I know.
I didn't even know there was a competition area.
Oh, yes, indeed. That's our biggest activation.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the map. You have a big map that says esport area. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So that's where we plan to have a total of 15 sim racing cockpits set up, and we'll have bleacher seating from anywhere between 250 up to 500 people. We'll have announcers. Yeah,
bro. That's why you're not getting no sleep. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see if we put 500 people in the seats, but I think we could. Why not?
Yes, we can.
And the goal is we want to showcase sim racing. Yeah, we're going to have competitions and things of that nature, but we want to show how awesome virtual motorsport is. And so we want to do MX-5s. We want to do some IndyCar. Let's do some NASCAR. Let's mix it up.
NASCAR. There you go, Jeff.
Everything. Let's throw trucks.
Start training.
Whatever it is, man. Like we want to showcase it. Like, we'll likely have like like a time attack thing where everyone, like even people who aren't into sim racing,
that'll work too. The time attack, that way that you post your time and then you can kind of look at it later.
Yeah,
and that way you can walk around and then you look up on the screen or something. Yep. See Jeff and P1. Like I can't have
the bragging rights, man. Come on,
I can't let them do that to us.
All right.
Man.
Then we'll have competitions throughout the weekend.
Dude.
Beyond that, so we've got big plans, and those are the brands. GSI wheels on those rigs, Husingveld pedals, the SimLab cockpits, Corsair peripherals, so keyboard, mice, and headsets, and then
Stream Deck. That's
for the bases. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So,
this ain't
that's awesome, man.
Rinky-dink rig that they're just setting up for everybody to use.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what we needed, is to have you come on here and explain where your head is at is in 1,000 places.
Oh, brother,
it's in your head is in 1,000. But that's the thing. Yeah. There's not many people that can handle that. You know what I mean? That can put it all together and push it out. You know what I mean? So
I honestly,
you can't put this on a flyer. If
Right.
I was,
That's
you're
exactly
writing a
what I'm talking about.
book to list out all the stuff that this thing is all about. So
it feels like it.
hats
I've
off
got
to you.
I've got 2 binders just of notes and everything that I've been writing down. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's been a wild journey, but I'll tell you, like, just kind of like the micromanaging aspect, I got a lot of that from running my league, and it really put me in a position to, learn networking and kind of start to get that little bit of business savvy again. Like it was a grind, just seeking out sponsorships, trying to grow the league every year. And, we'd send out hundreds of emails and maybe get responses from like 10. And then it narrows down to 5, and then maybe you get like 2 sponsors for that season. And so we're basically applying like a lot that we learned there into this, just on a bigger scale. I could tell you, instead of like 300 emails, we've sent out about 3,000. And again, you see, we've got like 20. So it just it is a numbers game, but
You better put those on the books, man. Keep track of all of it.
Bro, these fingers, man, they're like iron. They're strong now from all the.
You got calluses on your fingers, man.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man.
But you know what? I mean, this is it's important, and again, like I don't know, man. Like if I didn't mention before, I'm a paramedic. I work for the Chicago Fire Department. I have that kind of
thank you.
Helper.
Thanks for what you do. Yeah,
I appreciate it. I mean, it's been a great career, but I think it tells a little bit more about me, that I have that. I'm a people person,
Right.
And I like to help, and this is my way also of like giving back. So in a lot of ways, like I feel like I'm trying.
Well, just by running a league too. I mean, paramedics a great thing. Don't get me wrong. It's a hard. Yeah.
If there's anybody I want driving that ambulance, it's somebody that's a sim racer.
You want to hear it? You want to hear the best
Jorge
part about it?
Anzaldo behind the wheel.
Absolutely.
You're gonna love it. So like we have certain routes.
He's trail breaking out of the
that we take to the there are certain routes that we'll take to get to the hospital or whatever, and it's like I'm hitting that apex, I'm just like, when I look at the road, like I'm seeing the track. I mean, it's so bad. Like, say for example, like I'm
switching
walking
the ABS, the freaking the balance on the car, on the ambulance.
So
we need to shift the weight.
I tell you what.
So the funniest thing,
drive fast, brake late to a whole other term. So
the funniest thing, we talk. Well, Jason talks a mess about GT7, but that's literally something you can do in GT7. Drive an ambulance down the Tokyo Expressway.
You see,
drive an ambulance
on the Tokyo Expressway.
Yes.
I mean, it's ingrained in my soul. I'm walking down like a flight of stairs, and the stairs like winds or whatever. Like I'm like walking it like, I'm taking the turn at the hairpin at Long Beach, and like, just what I mean, just in my everyday, like it's in
your
my
blood.
Heart, man. There you
Definitely
go.
is in his blood.
Yeah, man.
I found myself trying to do that.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
People probably look at me. What is this guy doing?
You look at the lines and you're like, nah, I'm trying to take care of the wear on the car.
I shaved a 10th off that corner.
I'm telling you.
All right. This is we're having way too much.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, you got the next one up, man. What's up?
So like Jason said, you got your head in 10,000 places. You're trying to tackle pretty much every.
1,000, bro. Now we went up.
Like Jason said, you got your head in a million places, right? So
it's going up.
So, but and trying to tackle like just monumental task of trying to represent pretty much every form of immersive gaming, right?
Yeah.
Not just sim racing, because like you said, like we're sim racers. For the first couple of times I saw the flyer, like my brain just said, "Oh, Sim Racing Expo." Not even like I had to catch myself and say Sim Gaming, and then the more I learned about it, I'm like, "Oh, this really is just everything." But are there any things that you're planning afterwards, right? Any after shows or meetups or things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're currently working through trying to get something for Saturday night. Because again, like our show hours Friday is 12 to 8. So that's,
Thank God, man. Yeah. Listen, I get in at 5 a.m. And when I saw 12 o'clock, I was like, bless you, George. God bless you. Get a few hours in.
Yeah. Saturday will be 10 to 6 and Sunday 10 to 5. So we felt Saturday would be the best day for a meetup. But again, like there's so much space on the exhibit hall. Like we actually have 65,000 square feet of space. So our also like our main event, like our media area, the stage, that actually will also be another gathering place for people. So there's definitely like inside the floor will be tons of space for people to meet. We actually have a number of what we're calling like breakout rooms or separate like convention halls, which we could also use for specific groups to have their meetups. So that's something that they would have to, of course, like coordinate with us, and then we can, provide them, with access to that space so that they can, get their groups together. But officially, Saturday we're trying to do that because we also we're looking to provide some business-to-business opportunities for the companies because, again, I mean, adding more value, the more value we can add for exhibitors, the more likely that they will come. So that is something that we're trying to do. We're trying to bring in distributors. That was something that I learned from my trips out to Europe at the other sim racing events, is that the companies, they want to get connected to the distributors, but also to the content creators. So that is also why we've really made a strong effort to connect with as many of creators as we possibly could, because we know that this is what the exhibitors want. But there's definitely going to be a lot of time for meetup, but officially we're trying to do something for Saturday night.
I'll be excited. Cool, I'll be looking out for this.
We'll be
I hope it comes in a form, in an announcement, maybe on a loudspeaker. Don't nobody go nowhere. We got some barbecue and I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Some deep dish.
We got some.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. Wings. I'm not leaving. Hey. That's right. All right, Jeff. What you got? What you got next for?
Yeah, George. You told us that you're going to have that the esports little section where people can kind of get after it. Is there anything else that you have planned besides just the the walk around? You have speakers, etc. People coming to as a keynote speaker, or tell us more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will have our main event stage, which will be a 40 by 80 foot area. So we plan to have like basically chairs set up for approximately about 200. We'll have
that's cool. You got like a main stage. That's what's up.
Yeah. We're hoping to have like a nice main screen. If not, we'll have a bunch of monitors, but also AV equipment. We'd like to have that area live stream. But yes, we do have a schedule of events which we will publish as we get a little bit closer. We're filling up those time slots now.
Understandable.
We have some 60-minute time slots. So, for example, I can tell you that SimuCube will have a keynote address. SimCraft will have a keynote address. The Sim Pit is going to do like a 4-part series.
The Sim Pit.
Yeah, on the history of sim racing. So going from like early arcades to the modern day consoles. You gotta be here
if you're a sim racer. You gotta be here. Look at this.
Bro, how are you gonna be like? I want to go here. I want to go do this. I want to do this. I want to do this.
I'm telling you.
It's gonna be wild. But yeah, we'll have stuff going on for the 3 days. So
that's
from
gonna be
Friday through Sunday.
Oh,
yeah. We're getting it done. But it's gonna be awesome. And as more companies come on, like we are providing that space for them to talk. Even again, like Daniel, DNR, like I said, hey, come and talk about like
Daniel Newman Racing.
Yeah, he won't have a booth this year, but I said, you know what? Come and talk about your stuff. Get up on that stage, Daniel. Brother, and get your word out there. So again, like going back
Daniel,
to what we were talking about.
I know you listen to the show, Daniel.
We want.
Dude, he's another guy like you, George, where the passion just oozes out of him.
You're laying it on real thick now. That's another saying. That's another Chicane podcast thing.
We want to give
Jeff.
we want to give these brands, whether they're exhibiting or not, a place to expand their reach.
Of course.
And so this is the place to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be running around with you. Definitely.
Yes.
Love it. So, you know what? You asked about activations. Those are a couple other things. We will have a LAN area for gaming with 15 stations, which is being supported through our partners at Alexander PCs. They basically build custom PCs. Their partners are Corsair, and Corsair is going to provide us with the peripherals for that space. So that's where, for example, you might see some farming sim, maybe some trucking sim where, it's rumored we might get our hands on some Moza equipment so we can set up the wheels in that area.
What about 3D printing, man?
Yes. And you know what? Again, saw your guys' episode on 3D printing.
Thank you, George. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And it's such a huge component, and we've been in talks with Creality, and fingers crossed, we are hopeful.
It's a good brand.
That follows through. I've met with them in person several times, and it looks very positive at this point.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, looking to be maybe about a 20 by 20 foot, so about 400 square foot.
That's fine, as long as you're there. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. So, we'll see what's in store. We've been talking with them about all kinds of really cool ideas and activations. But 3D printing, again, as you guys know, there's such a huge component of DIY.
Yeah, look, these lights are above my rig. I just printed those. Those are custom-made lights.
Amazing.
Look at Jeff's equipment. You can service your rig. That's what you got to understand.
Just don't tell your wife about it, because
they gave it to me.
Yeah, that's right.
Occasionally, I get
it to me.
I love that skit, man.
Yeah,
they gave it to me.
Yeah. I have a roll of pink filament for a reason.
Nice.
It's not for my stuff.
It's a backup, man. Just tell us, it's 3D printing is great for sim racing. It's great for sim racers, but then it becomes like an appliance. Like you can apply many things to that. It's just when you get your hands on it is when all the ideas start to come, to your head.
So this is one of the big hangups in getting them involved is they want to know, what do the people want. So if the listeners out there, give us your ideas. Like what do you want to see printed? What projects are out there? Like, let us know, because Creality wants to.
If you look at my rig back here,
custom dash.
Yo,
yes,
I have cup holders. I have a mouse thing that connects to my 8020. That's all 3D printed. All of it.
Yep.
Nice.
I found
button
this
box
dude.
held on.
Look, this is a button box. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I found this dude on YouTube this past week about he printed a Porsche cup in pieces over the course of like 3 weeks, like the whole dash.
Yep.
Okay, we
exactly
might
how it is.
We'll send it to you, George.
We'll send it to you. The
so you can hit them with
out there. The people are out there that want to do that stuff. But maybe we'll talk about that as a topic next week in detail.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we could put that out, and that way you have something to show, and it'll be great for the show as well to showcase. So
but the community, I mean, it's only getting more of a thing now.
Well, look at Picorni, right? Picorni, their whole website is straight up 3D printing, and it's all sim racing gear, wheels,
3D wrap.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that eventually.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it too. You can print out actuators. You can print out belt tensioners. You can print out a shifter, which I'm working on. One of our guests, Vlad from GRL, shout out to Vlad. He showed off a fully 3D printed shifter that has a clutch lockout and everything.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's only becoming more of a thing, at least in sim racing, in life in general.
I was going
to say the Jetsons. Who was saying that?
Exactly. That was me.
Yeah.
Like you wake up and it's just there.
I found other things, in the house. Like I wanted to mount my router inside my network room. I 3D printed a mount and put it on the wall. I wanted to mount my Quest VR. That's a 3D printed mount back here by my wheels. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know where it is. It's back there.
Yeah. Even these are floating shelves that I 3D printed.
Those shelves, this is 3D printed. Yeah, so I mean, if you want to give them a reason, right? If you want to give them to see the value in it, it's not. Sim racing is a great way to sell it to them. Yeah. But once the person figures out that he can do way more stuff, he or she can print out way more stuff, they're going to start buying filament.
You look at it. You look at the world differently. Yeah. Like we built custom-made speakers and mounted them on the wall in our living room because I was like, oh my God, I don't have to shop at Amazon anymore. Like I can make these things.
Yeah,
it's literally a different view of the world as a consumer.
It's literally a tool. Like I changed my streaming setup and my mic used to be on a big long boom arm that was in the shot. And I'm like, I really just need like a small, short something to put my mic on. And I literally printed a thread adapter to go from a 1/4 inch to a 5/8 so that my mic would sit on there. And it printed in like 16 minutes. I'm like, oh, I need that.
Wow.
For like 2 cents, probably worth the filament.
It's just like your world opens up when you.
Your mind changes when you have these machines, because the possibilities are limitless, and when you tie that with the software and the fact that you can take something and make it yours, I know we're
going down the rabbit hole.
We're headed down the 3D printing slope. But I want your friends at Creality to see this. And I want them to know that there's a market for them.
Absolutely.
And there's a market for them ready for the taking, because no other, I don't think any other 3D printer company is like advertising sim racing with it.
Right.
Or building things, like that's related to our hobby. And if they would like to sponsor the Chicane podcast,
more than happy.
You can let them know the email, thechicanepodcast@gmail.com, with any questions, comments, or concerns.
I mean,
anyways,
George, they might as well put a sponsor for the expo if they're going to come too.
There you go. That
exactly.
There you go.
Some filming here, some filming there. That's it.
So some of the other activations that we'll have is we'll have a podcast booth, which through Elgato will be, we'll have some equipment in there. And so again, like the idea with that is, basically, the booth will be on the show floor, and it'll have walls, but the walls will have clear panels. So we're kind of going to try to dress it up and make it, look like have a studio look to it.
That's dope.
So,
oh, man.
Yeah, so different podcast.
I'll bring some stickers and slap them on the wall.
Chicane Podcast was here.
Here's a free T-shirt, man. Stop it.
And then finally, we'll actually have a streaming room for sim racing. So same thing, like basically like a 20x20. We'll have the identical equipment that you'll see on the competition stage. We'll have that in its own separate room, and so content creators will be able to come in, test out gear, just stream if they want to live from the show floor. I think it'll be, something different, something maybe they haven't seen at other shows. But
all right, George. So for the next question here. And this is, you went over so many things that my head is literally spinning on. Now I'm going to go to sleep thinking about, all right, so we got to make a schedule, 15 minutes here, and we got to go over there. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be,
got to plan it out, man.
we're going to have a whole itinerary planned out. And, but other than that, I know you have your goals, and you're very passionate about this event, and it's been in the works for a long time. But what are you looking forward most about this particular, about in the 3 days? Like, what is the most important thing? Like, what is the one thing that you look forward to most out of this expo?
I want people to come and be happy and see the stuff that they're passionate about. I want them to walk in the door, and when they see everything, the lights, the sounds, that they say to themselves, man, whoever did this, they did this for me, and they get me. They understand me. They understand what I like. And I want them to just come and just hang out with their friends and just have a great time. That's what I want. I want people to come and be happy. That's really what it comes down to, man. Yeah.
I wasn't ready for an answer like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking something totally, that's incredible. Yeah. That's incredible.
And if like the businesses can flourish, and people can have a good time, and we do well.
Oh, business! Come on, George.
That we do it again the next year and the next year, like that.
Business is business. You know that.
Yeah. Well,
when people like something, they're gonna trust me. They're gonna find a way.
I guess I'm coming from the perspective of just like when you think about the financial cost that these companies are incurring to come all the way from Europe.
Yeah.
It's not just the booth, it's their team and the accommodations and flights and just the whole package. It is a big commitment, and that again goes back to me where it's like, damn, I got some pressure on me because, these people have put their trust in me. Now I need to deliver. And that's where when it's like, the weight of the world it's like weighing me down on my shoulders, and that's where I'm like, guys, I need some help, from this community to like, let's do this together. Like that's where it comes from, because again, like there's so much at stake, and if we do this the right way the first time, we're going to be able to do it again year after
of
year
course.
after year, and that's
100%.
what I want. I just want us to just keep, like I said, when people come and be happy, I want that same feeling to happen year after year. So that's the
great answer,
that's it
man.
in a nutshell.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's amazing, and I think you're going to find that with everything that you spoke about today, that's not going to be hard to achieve at all.
No. So you know what you remind me of, George? You remind me of before when we were doing the pre-show and we're trying to come up with topics and going over questions, and Jason's like, yeah, we got to make sure we got enough questions, and me and Jeff are kind of like, we're going to meet time, man. Like, we got plenty of content. Like, this ain't gonna be a problem, man. And he's like, oh yeah, but I want to make sure we got it. And it's like, bro. Yeah, it's like every week, and every time we finish the show, Jason's like, man, what the hell, man? We went hour and 30 minutes. And me and Jeff are like, yeah, we could have went longer. Yeah. I think you're gonna feel like that, but also I want to say that I appreciate that you're the person that's putting this on.
Yes,
because
he's the right man. 100%.
You're the perfect person, because you can hear that your goal ultimately is to just share your passion for sim racing and just simulation in this genre with everybody else, and not just to come in and you're not looking at this market as a way to make money, which I think would be, would kill it. Like, your passion is literally what's driving you. You're spending 12, 18 hours at the keyboard, like the sense of responsibility, like that. Nobody else, for any other reason, would put in the time and the effort to make this as great as it's going to be. Like we know it's going to be great already.
Thank you guys. I mean, I definitely, I mean, just, I feel like, man, I'm doing this for the right reasons, and it really is. Again, it's about like sharing all this stuff together.
You're truly the right person, George, because
I appreciate that.
You're a sim racer first and foremost.
Yeah.
And I highly respect creators or whatever, business, whatever it is, whatever kind of guest we have. Yeah. What brought us here today is sim racing. Yeah. That's what got us all in this studio right now. Yeah. And now you're trying to do something. You're trying to take that and expand it and show basically the world about this hobby and show them how fun this can be. If you really want it to be, right? Yeah. If you really, and it doesn't have to be racing. It could be trucking. It could be taxi cab simulator. It could be, there's a bunch of stuff that that's out there now that you can use hardware and peripherals. And this is a place where you can come and put your hands on the gear, which is an option that I didn't have when I was getting into this hobby.
Oh my God. Totally. Right. And think about like the high end gear that's out there right now. You watch the review and you're like, okay, but when you order that and that's your wheel or that's your set of pedals, if you get it and you're like, well, that's your stuff.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So, but
good luck sending that back to Europe. How much that's gonna cost?
Yeah, it wasn't the right diameter. I didn't think, no, it's like, no, bro, that's your wheel. You're gonna enjoy it.
Well, if you look at reviewers, right, just and not to bash them, I have my preferences here, but we are straight no chaser. I will tell you how I feel, and reviewers are majority of them. They're salesmen. They're trying to sell you a product. They're trying to give you the pros and cons, but then those pros and cons are not my pros and cons. They're not Jeff's pros and cons. You know what I mean? To find out what you like about something is to test it, is to put your hands on it. You could tell me that this is the greatest pedal in the world, and I can hear that from every single creator, but when it gets here into my house and it gets bolted on, that's when I know if this is right for me. You know what I mean? So having an expo or having an event that you can test out this stuff at a fraction of what they cost.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing I was going to say is that as a consumer being there in person, they want all of our feedback.
Yes.
So you actually have you have an opportunity to shape the future of sim racing. Like, be a part of that, like give them the feedback, let them know, directly, face to face, like what it is that you want, what things that you feel should be improved. Like, that's something that, again, that is of value to those businesses. And then also it's like, it's part of the experience of coming.
Yeah. And one thing that I just thought of, it's a rare opportunity to sit in a rig where you have, Houstonfield pedals set up by Houstonfield. Or, SemiCube pedals set up by SemiCube, right? So I might have that same product at home.
That's a great point.
But getting a chance to see the actual manufacturer come and set this up the way, like, they're the expert, right? Getting to experience it the way that they envision it, or will want you to experience it. That's rare.
Yeah. Yep. If you have questions about their software, because there's so much tuning now with everything.
Yeah, you're talking to the engineers in person.
Exactly.
The guys that created the stuff.
Yeah.
It's
all right,
huge.
George, one last thing. I know you've been starting this for a while, and not that we're looking to 26, but maybe we're looking a little bit to the Expo 26. But what would be something that you didn't get to do this time, but if you had next year to do over, you'd roll it in?
Yeah, good question. Well, I could tell you that we'll actually have 100,000 square feet next year. So that is one thing. Now we have extra space. So I would say, and we still have time left, but I would say I'd love to have a little bit more flight, love to diversify things a little bit more. We're still lacking a little bit on the VR side. We do have some stuff, but I do want to mix that up. But, I think there's other areas that we can also branch into. Like, for example, there's the RC hobby, and there's a company called VBR Playground that you're actually in a sim racing cockpit, and then the RC car is driving on the track. So with that much extra space,
that's awesome.
we could actually set up a track. We could have that there. It's a really good question, I guess, because I'm so focused on this year.
That's fair.
I would say, I think for next year, my goal would be to get all those companies that were sitting on the fence or saying, we'll see how you do this first year and then we'll check you out. So my thing
I hope you crush it and wish they were here.
And they regret it too.
And they regret it.
Well, I hope so too, but we'll be definitely happy to have them when they're ready.
Of course,
FOMO is FOMO is the real thing.
We're not saying.
Am I sounding like a businessman? Am I starting to get am I learning? I'm learning little by little. Yes,
you get it down pat.
You're legitimate. Don't worry about that.
You regret it, but we also want you here, so we'll forgive. But no, I mean, we want to pack the house because, of course, it just adds to the experience for everybody, and it provides more return on investment for those companies.
Of
course. I think that's the goal for next year is increasing the exhibitor count, increasing the attendee count.
I think that's great to hear that you're not just trying to do one and done. You're trying to bring this.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? You're already thinking ahead, and you're already looking at more space before this one is even. That's kind of impressive. That's And I'll tell you, I think we're going to be in a good position for year two because the amount of work that was taking place on the back end, it took pretty much all throughout 2024 into the fourth quarter. We were doing basically the attendee and registration portals. All that was built from scratch. No foundation is what you're saying.
Nothing. So basically it's a software that is licensed to us, and it's like a blank canvas. They're like, here you go. All right, figure it out. They help a little bit, but what each page, every step of the process, that's all stuff that we had to figure out, myself, what is all this supposed to say? What does it look like? So that, and then the website and social channels and trying to get the Discord and all this work.
So you have a Discord is what you're saying.
We do. It's a little messy. We're cleaning house right now, fixing it up so that it's actually I boosted it to level 14. So we have the ability to have all the bells and whistles and features because, it's for the show. So I'm of
course.
But admittedly, like I need a little bit of help to kind of add those
Discord is
extra
a beast of its
is.
own.
Yeah. So we're getting it situated, but I think over the long haul, like it'll be a great place. It'll be a great channel
Of course,
for people
to connect, right?
Yeah.
Connect
But,
and
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome, man.
But yeah, next year basically it should be a lot easier. One, because hopefully we'll be able to sign those companies. The companies, like we were saying, that were maybe just financially they couldn't do it, or they were sitting on the fence, whatever the reason was.
Yeah.
Maybe we have then proven ourselves. We have the metrics. We can say, yes, we had this many exhibitors, this many attendees. Here's the numbers. What do you say? And hopefully that the answer would be yes. And then we add those on, and then it's just like, woo, let's go.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I believe that you're going to be very successful at this.
Thank you.
I
Thank
can
you, guys.
definitely guarantee that.
If we
I
got
need
anything
that.
to do with it.
I need that because I'm telling you guys, there have been so many days where I'm telling you right now, it's just like these peaks and valleys. And so I get like this great news, and then the next day it's like maybe something fell through, and then like, so it's just been this up and down, and some days are more stressful and more exciting than others. And we're just looking for that nice steady curve, that upward slope where it's like everything is just going well. And we're there, we're there. But yeah, it's been man, it's been a roller coaster. I don't know how else to explain this, man. I've gone through every emotion imaginable.
No, I
probably,
I can imagine. I don't.
Yeah.
That's a heavy lift, man. That's a very heavy lift. Yeah.
But I've got the support of my family, thankfully, and the people behind me, and obviously the community, and that has been the difference. And again, like just hearing you guys believing in me and what I'm doing, it's uplifting, man, and it's giving me that extra motivation,
boost, man.
The boost, yeah. So it's like
because you're doing it right, man. You're doing it correctly, and it's for a sim racing expo in the United States, for it to be this large, and the first one is already impressed. I'm already impressed. Like I'm impressed. I was impressed 2 weeks ago, but now I got impressed again today. Like I don't know how you impress somebody that's already impressed. I'm being serious. I'm not.
Thank you.
I'm not making it up. Like to have the control of this many different pieces of the pie is not a slouch, man, at all. It's not a slouch. Yeah. So
it's coming together.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I've had way too much fun on this one. I always do. And it kind of sucks to let them go, but we must close this down. I'm going to do a round table. I'll start with Eric. If you have anything else for George before we close on this one.
Nah, man, just I'm gonna take a page out of Jason's book, man. Whenever you can, close your eyes for a second. Take a power nap or something, man. Because but before just having planned events myself, I thought I knew how stressful it could be, but hearing the ambition that you have and the goal and the pressure and responsibility that you've taken on with this, man, I tip my hat to you and appreciate everything you're doing, man.
Oh, thanks, Eric. Appreciate that, man.
All right, Jeff,
George, team. When there's somebody that was put in a specific place at a specific time to do something. Yeah, George, you were put at this time in this place to execute this thing. And we're lucky that you're so incredibly passionate about this thing we called sim racing. The event's in good hands, dude. Get some sleep when you can. I'm super pumped. I can't wait to meet you in person, but the event's in good hands.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you, man.
All right, George, on behalf of the Chicane podcast, I would like to thank you again for making the time out of your extremely busy. I had no idea how busy you were.
I know. I feel bad now that we asked about the show.
Bad. Yeah,
it's been awesome. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see the results unfold in front of you. And I'm also excited to meet you in person and to shake your hand and to
Buy
thank you
buy
personally.
one of those birthday drinks.
We got to get him a
Share bourbon.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, we're gonna
I'll
get him a
be ready.
Jägermeister. Don't worry, we out there. So we'll take care of him. But
Stuff.
what you're doing is great. You're doing greatness. You're following the same passion this show follows, and it's about the community, and it's about, you know, helping the community and expanding within it. So, but you're taking that and you're elevating it to like over 10,000. You know what I mean? So.
Yes.
I want you to take care of yourself. You know what I mean? I don't want you to burn yourself out, because as a creator, and Eric can tell, now we're all creators now. Jeff has his channel. As a creator, you'll have those days where things just don't work out and you're tired and
It's not fun.
And it gets heavy, and it's like, but I want to get it done and it's not working out. And sometimes it really helps to just step away from it, you know, just for an hour or two, or take a nap, whatever it is. And you'll come back and you'll find that it's not as bad as you thought it was. You know what I mean? And you find that energy to keep going. So I'm really inspired by you. I appreciate and respect you very much. And I can't wait to meet you. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming onto the show and giving us the warm invitation to the expo and hooking us up. And to all you guys out there, man, Chicane 10 to get you 10% off. So thank you so much, George.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Jason, Eric, Jeff, and the whole Chicane podcast crew. You guys are awesome. I'm looking forward to meeting you and everyone there. And yes, I want to shake your guys' hand. And again, thank you so much for your support and your kind words. It really means a lot. And yeah, let's make history, guys. Let's do this together.
Man.
Yes,
let's make
this together.
Let's make it happen, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. All right.
No, thank you, George. Thank you, George, Jeff, and Eric. And to all you viewers and listeners out there, will I see you at the Sim Gaming Expo that's happening in September? Please, I want to see you there.
Let's go.
We're going to have some fun. It's going to be jam-packed, you know? So, and with that, guys, please have a great start of your week. Thank you.